This is really going to sound like Steve from Blue's Clues, but it's been about 650 some days since you saw me last. We're in a different garage. Want to see something cool? We're also in a different house. Moved up to York, PA for a different job. In the meantime, I ended up not working on the Civic because the problem with the K24Z7, which is actually sitting over here. So the EK kind of got pushed to the wayside. In fact, it's currently a shelf and probably surrounded by no less than 2 pieces of lawn equipment. But in the meantime, I ended up buying a EP3. I had a lot of fun, and I actually did a turbo kit on it and learned a lot about it, tuned it myself, and got a lot more comfortable fabricating. It's pretty cool. But now I sold the EP3 and I have another motor for the EK that uses the A-style crank sensor. I figured I'd give you a quick tour of the new garage, but it's a mess, so I'm going to start with cleaning it. And then I'll show it to you. Well, my hair got longer, and you know what that means. It's been a while since I recorded, so here we are. I have gotten the garage cleaned. Yeah. Now, I've also added a few things. So first things first, show you what I cleaned. Toolbox right there, where it normally was. Got the new air compressor over there. And as pretty much many tools as I can fit along this back row here, because there's now a car behind us, but I'll go over that in a second. I got this shelf filled with as much crap as I could fit on it. I went ahead and set up this shelf. I'll show you this in a second. So this shelf has all of our engine parts on it, bottom end bolts, girdle bolts, and then our transmission. And we have the new workbench here. I actually got this from my friend David because he brought it all the way up here for me in his truck and didn't ask for anything, so I had to give him something. But yeah, and then we got the head of the K20 over there. So basically the plan is now we're back to race car mode. I know we wanted to shave the bay, and a lot of the last videos was talking about shaving the engine bay and getting it all really, really pretty. But I have some more good news that I'll tell you here in just a moment, as we're not going with a show car, race car. We're just going pure race car with this one. But I guess it's time for the big reveal. So here she is, the crown jewel of the channel. Been sitting under the carport for gosh knows how long now. We have, can't see it out there, but the Jetta is out there. But yeah, all the parts are inside here, the front subframe, a lot of the parts. But you might notice it is not rusty. I took the time to get all the rust off of it with a wire brush. I went over it with a couple coats of just some cheap gray primer, just to cover up all the bare metal spots. And I also did on the inside of the fenders, and I got as much of the door as I could. I did tape that off, but paint wipes off paint anyway. So the new good news is there's a new car on the channel. So remember Tristan's Mark IV Jetta. I don't think you guys have ever seen the Jetta. So Tristan got a Mark IV Jetta too. That was his new daily. It's nighttime, but here it is. I'll show a better shot of it someday. But Tristan had bought this Jetta as a new daily driver, and it had some issues, but he's done a lot of work to try to get it back up and running, and he's just tired and fed up with it. So he wanted to offload it, and who better to buy it than a fellow Volkswagen enthusiast? This is where the channel is. We already have the mounts for the K20. We already have an EP3 transmission. We have all the bottom end parts to put an H-beam, eBay H-beam rods in this motor, which is a K20A3 out of an RSX. So that was kind of trick because I got the Type S pump instead of the EP3 pump that has the balance shafts in it. That is right there under all this protective plastic. We are going to shoot for 10s. That is the goal with this motor. I don't care if it's a 1099 with a 9 and the motor blew up at the 1,000 foot. That's the goal. And then we're going to go with a big motor, CSS, maybe go for 9s. So that's all for today. That's all for this short little update. It's probably crazy to see a post from me, but you'll be seeing them a little more consistently from now on because I've started working on this old hog again. And I've already made a mess in the new shop, so you know it's going well. I'll see you next time. I have to tell you to do something. Go see how much change you can balance on a sleeping pet before they wake up. If you get above $10 and only use 2 quarters, I'll send you $20. And I mean that. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, whatever you want. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.